So recently, I played and beat a video game. It's called The Messenger. It's a pretty fun game. While I was playing to beat this game, it reminded me of an important ingredient when it comes to strengthening your relationships, strengthening your friendships. And if you do this with strangers and you're trying to make friends, you will stand out and people will notice you. Because it's something that I've noticed that people don't really do as often. While I was playing The Messenger, I whipped out the Switch, was playing it, but I found myself, I wasn't enjoying it as much as it was meant to be. And I realized I was rushing through the game just because I want to beat it. I'm like, I gotta beat this game. I paid money for it. I just gotta beat it. And I found myself just rushing through the game. It was less enjoyable than it could have been. And the reason why I share with you that very brief video game story is because it reminds me of a very important skill, and that's presence. It's so important today because we're so distracted by everything around us, right? By work, by our phone, by TikTok, by YouTube, right? Kind of meta, right? But I was just thinking about just how in life we only have so much time on this earth. Like, I'm already 25 years old. I know it's really young, but I was just thinking about how fast time is going and how much I just want to rush to the next thing. Oh, I want to rush to get married. Oh, I just want to rush back home. Want to get out of this group hangout so I can go back home and so I can get some work done. You know, it seems like a lot of us are rushing, and I'm a part of that. But then that leaves kind of like the scraps for our relationships, for our loved ones, for the ones that we hold so close. I found myself in conversations not really listening, maybe passively listening because I was busy and I left that person alone, not being listened to. If that's such a normal social experience, not even in social situations, but with our family too, then I know that it will be meaningful if you were to do it to the next person that you encounter or the next person that you try to make friends with. And what exactly does that look like? One of the easiest ways to do it is sitting down, taking the earphone out, putting the phone down, and actually listening to that person, focusing on listening to that person. Almost like you would be listening to a podcast or something that you're very interested in, watching a TV show, giving that same attention that we give those other things to that person. Like they're the only one in the room at that time. And recently, it was maybe last year that I learned about this. It was something that once I continued to do it and listen to people over and over and over and over again, I noticed them just shift their demeanor and kind of like open up. Like recently, one of my good friends, such a great guy. One of my friends at church, I just saw him in the corner. No one was talking to him. He was new. He's from the Philippines, and I came to find out that he wasn't really confident in his English speaking ability, and it seemed like he was very self-conscious about it. Week after week after week, I would see him. No one would be talking to him. It made me a little bit frustrated, and because I was him years and years ago. I would have loved it if someone were to come up to me back then and talk to me. So I gave my full attention. I gave my ear. I spent time with the guy, talking with him. And he turned out to be a really cool guy. He's a solid guy. No, he was a little bit more timid and more of the quiet types. And recently I left that church several weeks ago. And I remember when I was saying bye to him, when I told him that, hey man, this is gonna be my last Sunday here, it almost looked like this guy was about to shed a tear. I saw his eyes was getting a little watery. I could tell in his eyes that our friendship meant a lot to him. And I don't think that would have been the case if I didn't talk to him, if I didn't focus on him, and if I didn't give my listening ear to him. Not to toot my own horn, I'm not saying, wow, I'm so good, but just to drive the point home. This is the impact that being present with others can have. It's like a numbers game because most people aren't giving their full attention, and you have an AirPod in, or they're on their phone while they're talking to you, or whatever. It seems like they don't want to be talking to you. They're looking other places. Because most people don't do that, you will stand out just for doing that. I'm serious about this, and I'm sorry if I'm coming off a little bit passionate, I guess, or a little bit worked up, because this is something I'm passionate about. Because I do think that it's so easy to give a listening ear to someone who's alone. I think it's so easy to talk to that person in the corner of the room. So I encourage you, in your next interaction with someone, with a friend, maybe with your mom, be present with them, dwelling in that moment and taking it in. And I can guarantee you that person will appreciate it. To genuinely give someone your ear because you care about them. And I can guarantee you, you will make an impact. And making friends from scratch for you will be a walk in the park if you keep practicing just this one thing.